Next up, we're going to have Senator Jim Forsythe, who's going to speak for Ron Paul. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Thank you. So I do have the distinction of being the youngest Republican. There is a Democrat who's younger in the state Senate, but the youngest Republican in the state Senate, so it's great to be here with so many young faces and some old ones like Senator Jack Barnes and, well, more seasoned. It's good to see you, Jack. Anyway, I really got started on my political philosophy back when I was a kid. I went to the Soviet Union in 1984 and 1986 and took Russian language. And I got to see firsthand what it looked like when a government was so big and controlled everything. You could actually see it when people walked around the country and walked around the streets. You could see that look in their eyes, the lack of freedom. And then the price they paid for it, the poverty that they were all in, except for the party leaders, of course. So that really got me to love free markets, free enterprise, and I really believed in that and limited government. And it's always been frustrating me ever since that day to see no matter who we seem to elect as president, the budget always gets bigger. We spend more and more every year, no matter whether it's Republican or Democrat. So I was fairly disenfranchised, but then in January 2007, I heard Dr. Paul speak, and he spoke about these issues, and he made some comparisons between the Soviet Union and the United States, not that were directly like them, but the way we're spending money, that we were headed towards a bankruptcy. And then the Soviet Union got involved in Afghanistan, and that bled their economy dry. So I heard that analogy, and I said, okay, this guy's saying the right things. Is he really the person that believes these? So I looked at his record, and he's now been congressman for 12 terms, and he's never voted for an unbalanced budget. He's never voted for a tax increase in all those years under all that pressure from leadership. They don't even bother to ask him anymore. So I felt like this is somebody I could really get behind and support, and so I started working for him, and I'm glad I did. Then I got elected in 2010, and I'm proud to say that with the help of Senator Stiles, Senator Barnes, we did the right thing this year. For 100 years, New Hampshire's only seen one spending decrease that was around 1%. But in New Hampshire, we decreased spending this last session by 11%. It's absolutely historic. So we're turning the state of New Hampshire around. We need to do the same thing at the federal level. We can't afford to continue to increase spending. And Dr. Paul's somebody I can really have faith and trust that he will do that. He'll work towards that and make it happen. So that's why I'm supporting him. The other reason that I really like Dr. Paul is if you look at what he was saying in 2007, he was predicting things that at the time other candidates were laughing at him for. He was saying we're headed towards a recession, we're in a recession. And he was literally laughed at on stage. So he's somebody that understands what caused this problem that I don't think the other candidates do. He understands the business cycle. He understands that artificial interest rates, which we've had since the year 2000, artificially low, cause credit bubbles, like in the housing bubble. So that's something he predicted. He predicted the collapse. And I don't think you can really hope to solve these problems unless you understand what caused them. And he does. So his plan to help the economy is three things. One is we have to decrease spending, but we have to do it we have to decrease taxes, but we have to do it in reality. We can't just keep taxes low and continue to print and borrow money, because that has a hidden inflation tax. So we need to actually decrease spending, because lower spending is lower taxes, as Melvin Thomas used to say. So we have to decrease spending to lower taxes. We also have a big hidden tax of regulation, and he actually wants to shrink the Federal Register for the first time in a long time so we can decrease regulation on our businesses. And then finally, we have to look at monetary policy, and this is one thing he's really unique in talking about, is we're destroying our dollar currently, and that's something that's really going to hit especially retired folks who are living on a fixed income, and they see the value of their dollar eroded, and then we don't give them cost of living increases because we fudge the way we report inflation. So that's something that we have to fix as well. So if you want to revive this economy, this approach is going to do it. It's going to do it fairly quickly, and that's why I urge you to support Dr. Ron Paul like I'm doing and vote for him as the next president of the United States. Thank you.